So today I'm going to be telling you guys whether stretch res makes you better at Valorant or whether if it's just a lie. But before we jump straight into it, if you guys are new around here, be sure to click that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you do enjoy, and let's jump straight into it. If you did not know already, stretch res on Valorant is actually allowed. So if you guys have not already tried it, go try it. There's videos on my channel, they'll be linked down below. Go check it out, go give it a go. Summarize what stretch res on Valorant is. Like CSGO, when you do play stretch res, you get a hitbox advantage and many other advantages, whereas on Valorant there is no hitbox advantage. Why people use stretch res in the first place? Because of ex-pro players from CSGO, other games like Siege, they have a habit of using stretch res. In those games, there's hitbox advantages, there's FPS boosts, etc, etc. Overall, people are so used to playing stretch res on other games that they just don't want to see the normal native Valorant, even though native res on Valorant is the same as stretch. That's if you have a good PC, and if you don't and you struggle getting frames, I highly recommend you guys play stretch res. One of the reasons why stretch res may improve your game is because your sensitivity is different. If you have smaller mouse space, if you play, let's say 800 DPI with a 0.5 right now, you're playing on native. If you play stretched, it will be 10 times better. Depending on what your resolution is, that's what your DPI works with. So if it's on 800, it'll be rapid. If it goes on 800 native, it's a bit slower, but obviously you adapt to it in your sensitivity of mouse, right? That's why when you try stretch res like a 1440 by 1080 to a native res, that you can feel the difference. Moving on to my second reason, crosshair. Some people tend to play or like to play with a bigger crosshair with a bigger gap. With any crosshair in this game or any game, you want the best crosshair, right? You want to get comfortable with crosshair placement, with a crosshair that you like to perform with, right? With stretch res, it'll be a bigger gap and it will help you perform where you're comfortable with, if that makes sense. Just understand my point when you do play stretch res, or if you have experienced stretch res before in other games. So yeah, the final reason why stretch res will help you improve is FPS. Like I've been nagging in this video about, frames in any game, you need to have a minimum of 100 plus frames in any game. If we can't experience that, I do apologize, but with stretch res it is possible, because I remember I used to play, I think it was Fortnite ages ago, and when stretch res was allowed, or we could play for a brief time in stretch, my streams, I used to have like a 1030 with an i3 processor. When I used to stream, I put it in stretch res, I went from literally barely hitting 50 frames to 130 plus, and I popped off back in the day. I can't lie, my builds were so clean, etc. But when it comes to Valorant, it'll help you so much, to the point, yes, there is no hitbox advantage, but there's other advantages that you'll see when you do experience stretch res. That about wraps up my 3 main points as to why stretch res will help you improve on Valorant. If you guys want to go check out my tutorial, once again, there'll be an eye on the top right. It'll be down below in the description for AMD and NVIDIA, so go check it out, do all that jazz. It's been your boy Waja, keep smiling, be safe, stay awesome, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Adios.